roller skating, surrounded by disco. A groovy combination in the 70s.
Get it, Camber! Do it for the gram!
Now in this decade, the 2020s, quad roller skates are back.
Social media, there's so many influencers who skate and it looks fun. There's the big TikTok phenomenon.
I know how to keep a bitch, keep a minute.
It blew up because of TikTok. It's that one girl walking backwards. That's what blew it up. You know what I'm talking about?
It was off to the races. They haven't seen roller skate sales like this in 20 plus years.
It was so much demand, Mo Sanders opened Goodfoot Skates in Oak Cliff, Dallas, in the middle of a global pandemic.
We had a line outside the door.
Roller skates are back ordered, and every new box is sold quickly.
You're all set. Everybody's roller skating.
How you doing? Good, man. Welcome to the shop.
It's really cool to see it come back around again.
To Mo Sanders,
Okay.
he welcomes every new customer who wants to learn, buy, or customize skates.
I'm 53 years old.
Like Samuel Agezabal.
For 30 years, I'm a truck driver.
He's newer to the skating world, but has the mindset it's never too late to skate. From the concrete floors of Mo's shop to the glossy wood at Roller World Northeast in Haltom City.
Your first thing you want to do is dude, I want to work at the rink.
It looks easy. You make it look real easy, but it's not.
Sam used to stay on the sidelines watching his daughter Isabella skate.
I used to feel bad because he would just stand there and watch me.
And now he's just as obsessed.
He wasn't that bad at first, but now he's very good.
A 53-year-old truck driver and his speed skating daughter.
Just like you say, gooder and gooder.
Gooder and gooder.
You see everybody skating, I want to skate.
Netta, with the awesome purple hair, owns Roller World.
Skating has just gone through the roof.
And she makes sure it keeps the nostalgia of the 80s. The pandemic roller skating fad has business better than ever before.
We had maybe 1 or 2 parties a month. Now every Saturday, every Sunday is booked up and has been for the past 2 months.
I got you guys here to catch me if I fall.
Even a WFAA reporter
Are my skates lighting up? How do you stop?
had to give it a try. Netta reminds me,
Everybody falls and nobody cares.
a sentiment shared across the rolling world, even for park skater Camber Allman.
Falling's the best.
It's a way to get past her fears.
Whoa.
If she keeps trying, she might just crush it.
For new skaters, get them. Do it.
The most humbling for Camber are the life lessons she's learned through this sport.
You have to suck at something before you're a little okay at something. And then you have to be a little okay at something before you're really good at it.
For past generations and present, skating always reminds us to let the good times roll.
If you can walk, you can skate.
I'm Tiffany Liou. Some days are better than others.
Hey guys.
Some mornings less painful than the nights.
How's that? That's good.
Ron Hall is a firefighter, a driver-engineer with the city of Dallas, spending nearly 3 weeks now at the hospital.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound good.
That's his wife, Mona, who hasn't left his side for 30 years. They're both unsure of what the next day will bring.
I've been a fireman for 40 years, with Dallas for 36.
And all those years taught him there's no routine with this job. September 29th was as unexpected as any other shift.
We caught the run. I think somebody else tried to jump the run, but we went ahead and stayed on the run.
A call for a gas leak sent a truck from Station 25 to Highland Hills Apartments.
We went up there and saw that it was leaking, and of course I was working my way out. I felt the explosion, and I saw Paulina fly backwards, and Cat was beside me, and I saw him fly behind me.
Officer Pauline Perez and Captain Chris Godomsky were with Ron.
25-minute block off, help! You feel the world just like in a tornado, but you can't really see it. And then all of a sudden, when everything clears, I'm surrounded by rubble.
Truck 25. Truck 25.
Everywhere I looked, I was burned and my skin was coming off.
We need rescue. Truck 25.
It's Captain Godomsky's voice on the Mayday call.
That Mayday call on Channel 1. 25, we had an explosion. Truck 25, all hurt.
Ron pushed the debris off his own charred body.
I thought I was 80-90% burned, so I felt I was surely destined. I probably had 2 days to 3 days to live.
With a broken leg and unrecognizably burned, he walked toward the street crying for help.
And it was just a terrible feeling to be asking for help, and people were just looking at you and wouldn't come help you.
While Ron was in the ambulance,
totally in a fog, yes,
Mona got the call she's avoided for the last 30 years.
The paramedic tells me, Mrs. Hall, there was an explosion.
She drove 8 hours from New Mexico, where they planned to retire. Ron had his paperwork filled out to hang it up in January.
He's going to have struggles, probably for the rest of his life.
But now he may not have a choice when he retires.
Probably just show up at the station to drive the fire truck one more run and retire.
The reality is,
it's far from over right now.
Life will never be the same for Ron. Right now it's day by day, hour by hour.
They enjoyed every minute of it.
Last Monday, the 3 firefighters got some fresh air and saw each other for the first time since the explosion.
And the next day, we took a turn for the worse. Infection set in, fever was high, so Ron was dealing with that.
On Friday, he was rolled into another surgery.
All right, bye. See y'all.
Around the same time, from the same floor of the hospital, Pauline rolled out to truck 25 to go home. Friday was her good day.
I may not be 100% like I was before I came in, but I'll be alive and I'll take whatever I can get.
Each of the firefighters are healing at their own pace, knowing some days are better than others. In Dallas, I'm Tiffany Liou. There is something so soothing about an old tape deck playing the songs of your childhood. Sui and Tien listen to this old Vietnamese song over a glass.
Rượu đế ông già, that means old man rice liquor.
These 2 friends are family.
His oldest brother married to my sister in 1980, 79?
76.
76?
Yeah, that's
okay,
long.
But you didn't come until
didn't come, yeah.
Until 1980.
That's the banter of a 40-year friendship that somehow became the perfect partnership.
SUY, we take the 2 initial, and my name is TIEN, we take the TI initial.
A mix of their names creates Suti Craft Distillery in Kennedale, Texas.
All the label here is tied into our root, into the Vietnam culture.
They specialize in traditional Vietnamese rice liquor.
Rượu đế is like moonshine in the U.S.
They couldn't find anything like it across the country, so they decided to make it themselves.
For traditional Vietnamese, this is the first one, even like made in U.S.
Happy yeast, happy spirit.
Sui calls himself the cook, the mastermind behind the 2 recipes at Suti. But before we tell you how he makes the liquor, it's important to understand how he got here.
But I will have good memory when I was in Vietnam.
Sui was 11 years old when his family immigrated to the United States after the war in 1975. They came with little to nothing on their backs, but with big dreams on their minds.
I would do everything that an American would do in high school and in college.
He became an electrical and software engineer, making wine as a hobby, and eventually he found his passion here. As for his co-owner, Tien, well, he's an architect by trade. behind the design, the atmosphere, the vibes at Suti.
The feeling, the history, the culture behind it. Yes.
He beams with pride as a Vietnamese American. At 15 years old in 1980, Tien escaped after the Vietnam War.
I stayed back with my parents back in Vietnam for another 5 years under communists, and I was one of the boat people came to U.S. I came by myself.
And although he was young, he can't erase the trauma.
Very graphically, vividly remember everything at the boat. Very scary.
It makes him even more grateful for the life he's accomplished here.
Overwhelming for me.
For the business they started in the middle of a global pandemic.
Correct, yes.
Their rice liquor ingredients come from local farmers.
We get the rice in South Texas, Beaumont, Port Arthur area, and this one is from Louisiana.
It takes them 1 day to cook the rice, 5 days to ferment, 1 more day to distill, and then a month and a half to age the liquor.
What he makes is like, wow, it's really good.
And they always test it to make sure it tastes like home. Bottle, stamp, and seal. They tie it with a straw to remind them of the tall grass fields in Vietnam.
You can see it come out here.
Then there's all this leftover rice.
We kind of recycle it to feeding to the cow.
They give it to a local farm, 45 minutes away in Waxahachie.
Kind of makes the life circle, if you will.
David feeds the cattle at the Flying Bee Ranch.
This always smells so good.
With a hint of alcohol left in the rice, he mixes it with hay.
My cows tell me they like a little taste of this just before bedtime. It makes them sleep so well.
And now we're in new adventure, doing liquor.
Back at the distillery, though they've only been open for a few months, Sui and Tien are introducing Rude to North Texas. And for those who remember the taste from Vietnam, well, they already know.
Yo.
Yo.
It is something so soothing. In Kennedale, I'm Tiffany Liou.
Một lần là trăm